before I catch the bus. My favorite part is when it's warm but good enough to drink. Yeah. 2 more days and then I got my days off, so it was a lot busier this morning and I forgot that it was Monday just because, you know, my work week is a little different than most people's. I mean, I barely started working, not like I've been working forever, but I've just been used to it. And today's Monday, so the donut shop was a lot busier. Anyway, have a good week. Amazon are a bunch of fucking crooks, man. I don't know how many times I've been canceling that fucking Prime membership. It's like when you go on there and order something again, not knowing you're using Prime delivery, they just do it. It's like they select the option for you, and that keeps your Prime membership going. Fuck you, Amazon. You guys are fucking crooks. Taking even Uber. You try to get an Uber and it takes like fucking 15, not 10 minutes, that's not even that long. It's like, it takes forever to find you an Uber and then you cancel it and they charge you $5 every time you cancel it. Like the motherfucker hasn't even started coming to me and you charge me $5. These fucking websites are crooks. I'm gonna just use Amazon, or I want to, I'm gonna check it out, but I'm gonna use them as like a search engine and find the shit that I need and go directly to the source. And these companies will probably end up shipping it through, you know, United Postal Service, UPS, or FedEx, which in turn it'll probably come out maybe the same price, or maybe it'll be cheaper. It's fuck Amazon, man. Fucking crooks. And man, I noticed that at the Winchell's right there, they have I just noticed like a different worker in the morning. Usually it was older women, and they have this one particular younger woman. She has to be probably like 21, 22. But right now I seen her, I guess, waiting to clock in or something. Cause she was just sitting at the table with her backpack. And man, is she beautiful, bro. Usually she wears a mask, and she's I would say she's like a cup of coffee with maybe like a creamer and a half, and like you know, she's like, I don't know if it's I don't know if I'm saying it right, but she's like mahogany, you know what I mean? And she's a brown skinned woman, and her lips are lighter than her skin tone, but they're not really pink, you know, because she's a little dark, so her lips are like a red, man. She's beautiful. I just introduced myself to her. I said, "Hablas inglés?" And she's like, "No." But man, she is gorgeous. But you don't know, man. Somebody brought her over here. Somebody paid the coyote, you know what I mean? Either it's one of her moms that works there that did that for her. Because, I mean, she don't speak no English. And I remember one time, it could have been somebody else, another girl, because she don't look familiar, but she looks familiar. But there was one time where I was speaking in English, and they told her, they like had it translate for her. She knew no English. But you don't know who owns the Winchell's. It could be the fucking, you know, it could be the fucking cartels that own Winchell's, and they bring people over. She's too beautiful, man. Like I'm sure the coyotes were trying to get at her. You know what I mean? She's that fucking beautiful, bro. She's, you know. And so I don't know. Next time I see her, I'm gonna ask if she has a man. It just kind of seems too far-fetched. Like this whole society outside your home is full of nothing. Everything's controlled. Even the streets are controlled. There ain't no freedom in this world. Someone's gonna tax you. Someone's gonna bully you. Someone's, you know, not even someone, a group, you know. And like I said, she didn't even seem like she was happy, low key. Even though she's in America, she didn't even seem happy. Maybe she's away from her family. Maybe she's like, you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't know. I really want to get to know her, low key. Maybe we could talk through Google on her phone, translating. I'd really love to take her on a date or something. She's gorgeous, bro. She's gorgeous. I'm at the shopping center. I have a pimple right here. I popped it yesterday, but you know there's always like a second pop. I was on the bus. These bus drivers are fucking tripping, man. They're like me, you know, customer service. They're tired of people fucking lying to them or just sneaking on the bus without saying anything, you know. I get it, you know. This one guy got on the bus and said, I just got out the hospital. And sure, it was dirty, but I think he was kind of out of it. A young man, too, probably younger than me. Sad, you know. And the bus driver said, get off the bus. And then right now, there was this lady speaking Spanish. She had like a friend or family member speaking Spanish to her on speaker. I don't know if I want to go. And we were at a stop, so like the noise, you know, when you come to a complete stop and it just becomes quiet, especially like in a car. And the nerve of the bus driver lady, she's like, you better turn that down. Like, what do you mean turn the fucking thing down? You should ask her, can you turn it down? Like, who the fuck are you? It's not even your bus. You're just a fucking employee. And the lady's not a little ass girl. Like, it was kind of annoying because I said, miss, can you turn that down, please? She's like, you better turn that down. Like she's a fucking teacher talking to a little ass kid. And it bothered me. I was like, turn what down? And the lady knew it wasn't me because I don't know Spanish, and it was two ladies talking. But the lady turned it down right away, or she took her off speaker. I thought I would have. I did kind of speak up. That was stupid as fuck. But honestly, work was cool today. I started off my day right. Like I said, I don't know if you guys watch my vlogs, but to those who do, I had spoke about like giving one of my coworker ladies a hug. She's an older lady. So every time I see her now, like she's the first person I seen when I walked up to go into work. She was outside. She's part of the garden, so the garden are responsible for putting out all the fucking barbecues and shit like that, you know, in the front of the store. So she's the first person I seen, and like I did like a air hug, and she didn't really get it until she walked up to me. She's a cool ass older lady, and she anyway, then I ended up running into her again, like near the restroom, and I was like, you really want a hug, don't you? Just to be funny. And I ended up giving her a hug or whatever. We started talking, and she like told me about her life. She used to be married, and said her husband recently passed away, or her ex-husband, or her ex-baby daddy, you know, he started fucking around with drugs while they were together, and she didn't work out, you know. She told me she used to do drugs back in the day. And we just keep talking, and she started saying, like, you know, through conversation, I realized this lady is a woman of faith, you know. She says, she makes mistakes, and everybody does. And she told me that, whatever, she told me like a little testimony she had that, come on, nigga. Want me to wait for you, nigga. Anyway, she told me about a little testimony she had, and I'd rather let people go. I feel like they're watching me walk. No, I'd rather you go. You keep your focus. I don't give a fuck. And instead of focusing on me. But anyway, stupid fucking dogs. You motherfuckers eat kibbles and bits all day. Your owners only give a fuck because you're a guard dog. So anyway, I like that little dog, don't give a fuck. Anyway, she starts talking. She tells me that she talks about her husband, her ex-husband. He ended up dying recently, you know, because he didn't take care of himself. He didn't take care of himself, whatever, you know. He ends up dying like late 50s, early 60s. We just had a conversation. She tells me how long she's been working there. And then she brings up that her daughter, you know, we shared information. I told her about my brother dying of drugs. She tells me about she had a daughter that died on drugs. I think she said at the age of 27 or whatever. I think. I can't remember. that number pops in my head. It's not because of the celebrities, all who died at 27. Look at Lassie ass. Ugly ass Lassie. Sorry you don't go for a walk. Sorry, it's not my problem. Look at these coupons. Checking it. Hell yeah. Anyway, fucking, my hand's hurting, okay. Anyway, we got to talking and, we just kept talking for some reason. I don't know why. And she's like, well, she told me about a daughter who passed, and she told me her testimony that when she went to the hospital, because the daughter had a severe asthma, but she also lived a rough life when she was younger. So then she goes before she walked into the hospital, she said that she's seen Jesus, that's what she says, and that he was holding her daughter, saying that she's gonna be okay. And I just talking to her, being sweet, I was like, that's like kind of like the story that you cling to, when you're having a bad day. That's like Jesus. He showed that's your confirmation that he's real. And she's like, yeah. And again, there's just so many other issues. And she's like, do you know Haley? I'm like, Haley? Like my coworker. I don't know if you guys also watch my vlog again. I mentioned this beautiful Caucasian girl. I guess she's mixed, how she was gossiping with like the other managers. I caught her gossiping. I said, you shouldn't do that. And I wanted to tell her, like, you're too beautiful to be talking behind people's backs, It just doesn't look attractive for you. I don't know if you guys remember that. But long story short, she's like, yeah, that's my granddaughter. And I'm like, damn, because when I first met Haley, she was super cool, and she's always been super sweet. She's still super sweet. She has such a beautiful spirit, and and now I know that she lost her mom, and I even told the grandma, man, yeah, I know Haley, she's beautiful, man, she's such a beautiful spirit. She's like, yeah, my granddaughter's beautiful, and her grandma's dope. But when I hear Haley talk, she always mentions her grandparents. I heard her mention it out loud a couple times about her grandparents, and it makes sense now. And it was funny because when I first met Haley, I had said something like, she told me about getting a tattoo. She had just gotten a tattoo on her back. Lucky it was not really good quality at all. I didn't say nothing. And I had mentioned something like, oh, did you have a troubled upbringing? And she had like flipped me off right away, but she didn't take it personal. But she knew I was being sarcastic. She flipped me, like, fuck you. And like, I don't know. She's super, super gorgeous. She's just a beautiful girl. And my heart goes out to her even more. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let her know. I'm not gonna tell her what her grandma told me. I'm gonna act like she probably won't bring it up. And her grandma might not even tell her, low-key. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But yeah, I just like feel for her. And I don't feel for her, like sorry for her. I just want to be more tight with her. Like, I've always, like I said, she's a beautiful young girl. And then, so that happened. That was in the morning. Then I'm clocking into, this is before I clocked in. Then I'm clocking into work again. And the schedule manager, like the one who puts the schedule together, her name's Eileen. She's like the hiring manager too. I passed by, I said, good morning, Eileen. And she's like, I got something for you. I'll be in front of, what is it, a write-up? Is it a resignation form? She's like, nah. And I had a hydro flask, and I had it in my empty cart. Somebody must have took that shit, because it was an empty cart, and took the hydro flask. I was like, is it my water bottle? Like, that's all I care about. I just want my water bottle. But it's some sort of form, like an acknowledgement. I don't know. It's some shit that my job gives. Like when somebody notices that you're doing something above and beyond, or if you're like giving a helping hand every week or every month, there's like a form on the wall you can fill out. Say, oh, So there's somebody at the job that likes me. There's somebody that really went out their way to fill out that form because they see me do some shit. It's like you could do it in secret, like. So at the end of the month or end of the week, somebody will fill out that form. It's probably a manager though too. They have nothing to do. So I'm gonna fill out the form. I feel like he was doing something good. Someone who has to do a job or has to, like an associate, they're too busy to fucking want to fill some shit out. I'm hoping that it's a girl that likes me that filled it out for me, but I doubt it. One of the older women or something. But they filled it out for me, and they get them all together at the end of the month or end of the week, and they do like a raffle thing, And I guess I won. It was a Starbucks gift card. And when she gave me this, because I had to fill out some form that I needed for some paperwork I needed to turn in somewhere else, like for my insurance. And Eileen, the hiring manager, I have these gift cards to In-N-Out, and I don't go to In-N-Out. One's $5, and I think the other one might be $5 too. I've been wanting to give it to her, or I've been thinking about giving it to some of the paisano workers that are like the maintenance people that clean up the Home Depot. They're always mopping, cleaning the dirty ass restrooms. Doing shit we take for granted. I was thinking about giving it to them. So when she gave me the fucking gift card, one of the workers was working. I know God says, give with your right hand, but don't let your left hand. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. Meaning don't give and tell the world you gave. But anyway, when she gave me the gift card, I told her, hey man, I wanted to give you something like this. And I turned to the right, and they wear green shirts, like the maintenance dudes. The guys who, like the housekeeper people. He was putting a bag in a trash can. I was like, hey, you like Starbucks? I gave it to him and just walked away. I'm sure it wasn't a lot, probably like $10 or something. And yeah, that was a cool morning. My day was chill. I'm sure there was some customers. Anyway. Yeah, my sister told me that my daughter's mom said that she was sick. That she had an ear infection with boogers in her eyes, mucus. I'm waiting for her text. So that was kind of disturbing me during work. Speaking of that, I hear the neighbor's granddaughter. It's funny, right? And look how big the moon is. You probably can't see, but she's big. I'm running, but fuck. I'm sure a bunch of people are taking pictures of the moon. It looked beautiful, man. I don't know what the holiday is, I don't know what, but it's like a fiery moon. It's beautiful. Peace, y'all.